Hello. I've made many videos lately, well none in the last 12 months. So I'm going to make one tonight or today about something that might interest you, and that's how to grind a twist drill in various ways to suit the job in hand. Now what I'm going to simulate is if I want to use a twist drill instead of a wooden drill to drill through wood, and to drill a blind hole in wood, which means it don't go all the way through, or to put a chamfer in wood on a hole at 90 degrees, or drill straight through and also drill through at an angle. So the best way to achieve that is to alter the drill in some ways, and I'll go through the procedure I would do if I wanted to do that, for the drill to serve that purpose. So first thing I want to do is to grind the old edges off this drill and then start afresh. And before I do that, I'll just dress the grinding wheel to make sure that the periphery of the wheel is flat, because I'll be using the periphery, which is the outside edge, and with a diamond dresser. So we'll do that to start and then proceed as follows. So now then, we want a bit of power, don't we? You can see this is done in real time. And in order to dress the wheel to make sure that that's flat, we can use this diamond dresser. So, well, simulated diamond, but it's pretty good. And the way you can do that is if you put your one finger on there. If I show you how I do it as I go along, that measures the depth, and also that gives you a driving force. So let's get close to what we want to do. We want to get to there. So I go a little bit more, and then I come back, and then I'll push with my thumb, and while maintaining the same pressure with my other left hand finger. And you can see that should be able to get, and that's pretty well flat now, should be. Hope the light is good, because it's quite hard to get the right light. Now then, what I'll do is I'll grind that present configuration off and start afresh. That is a little bit wide. It's a little bit wider than 120 degrees, so I'll grind it off when we get a bit more accurate. So here goes. If I want to get rid of the old drill, I can do that. I don't do it normally when I'm grinding drills, but if I want to get a lot of metal off, that's the way to do it, in my opinion anyway. Just dip every time, because the drill does get hot. Now you can see that where the web was thinned and the little glint there, I want to get rid of all that, so I'll keep going until we get rid of that. And then thin the web afresh, because you've got to thin the web, and I've described thinning the web in previous videos, but we'll do that. And there's a little bit left, so we'll just get rid of it. The light is poor here, for the simple reason that it is just poor, because we've got the old bulbs in. Now I know that looks to be a bit smaller than the other one, and we still got a bit of the old grinding on this, so I just get rid of that. Okay, let's have a look at that. Now then, just looking at that, that looks to be a little bit more than 120 degrees. It's no, a little bit less, about 117, 118. So we just improve that a little bit by just bringing it a little bit that way. I would say that's closer. Now I'll turn that around and just do that side. If you notice, my finger's there on the tool rest, and that one's there gripping it. That stops it from moving in, and it also grips that one. And then I can put my thumb on top of that, and then you've got good control over the workpiece, haven't you? And if you want a bit of extra, you can put your finger like that so that it's just touching, and then you've got compression on there and you've got rotation there. Just do that one. Now then we turn around and do this one. Now I think that's a little bit short, so we'll have another look. Just have a look at that. That looks to be about 120 now, a little bit less than 120, but it doesn't matter because we're going to alter that. Now just have a look on my thumb now. If I put my fingers there and just put my thumb like that and just hold that there, and I look at the edge there, the cutting edge, and see the length of it. I'm taking a mental image of that length now. I've got that mental image. I turn over and I look at that one, and I immediately see straight away that that one is shorter than that one. So we want to take just a little bit off that one and get them equal length. So we just get like that again, move in. That's it. Now then, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a shade longer now. We've gone too much on that one, so we just take a little bit off that one. But what I want to say is that because I'm going to reduce that angle a bit later on, I want to make sure that the back of the drill is relieved. In other words, I don't want it sticking up and catching. So when I do that for the last few turns, now the last few grinds, I do like this, just to take that back edge down, because I reduce the included angle from 120 degrees down to 90 degrees, because I know it'll cut better in the wood. So I'll just repeat that again. Just take and there, and then I do that one more time. Just stroke it up the grinding wheel like that. Just have a check. That looks pretty good. Included now that looks pretty good. Let's just check that just once more time. Print an image. It's pretty good. That's a little bit shorter, but I'm not. Well, I'll just tickle it up. Now then, what I want to do now is thin the web, because the web's very thick now. As the drill gets shorter, it gets very thick, and that's about closing 5 mil. It wants to be less than a mil, the distance across the web, or the spine, if you like. There. So I'm going to shorten that to about 1 mil. So the way I do that, I get it, again, making the best use of the tool rest, about 45 degrees angle between the drill in there, looking straight down the side of the grind wheel, with a nice sharp corner on this corner, and then I'm going to thin the web in like this. I'm going to touch that back end angle there first on the grinding wheel on the periphery, but I want to thin the web. So I'm going to make 2 smaller cutting faces where the web is. So therefore, what I do, I go down there at about square with that, and it's a job to explain exactly, but I touch the back first, as I said, and then just a minute, get about it right, yeah, and then I got it, and then I move, and there's the back I touched, and there it comes around to there, and what it's done is put another cutting face on that side. Now I must do this side the same. Make sure that that happens. Cut in it first. Now then, that has reduced it. I'll just have a quick look. And that isn't too bad. That's not too bad. I could just make it a little bit more, but it might make it worse than I want. So a little bit more on that one. So I'll go back to the wheel, get that same again on the back first, and then rotate. Let's get that. Yeah, now I rotate, and there it is. So that's pretty good. Looks equal there. See the light shining there? It's the same as the light shining there. You see it? I hope you can see that. You can see the second face. Now then, what I want to do now is reduce that angle from 120 degrees to about 45 degrees, and that will give you an included angle of 90 degrees then, and that is much better for drilling through wood. So the way I do that, I get this angle here at 45 degrees, like that, and then we'll just dip it. Now we do the other one the same. And I want to take that 45 degree angle right up to the web, and so what I'll do, I'll keep that like that, and I can see, but probably you can't because the light is poor, but I can see that it's not there yet. So we do that, relieve it at the back quite strongly, and then let's do that one. Let me come round the other one again. And the other one, because it's coming close now. And have a look. Now then, what I'm looking at now is that new face is almost touching the face of the cutting face of that little edge there. So I'm taking it up. I want to take it a little bit further on that one. Now that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. That one's good. This one could do it just a shade more. You just get on there. And that's it. Now then, we're close now. We got the 90 degree angle of that. We've got the two extra faces, which are two cutting edges at 110 and 120, because they've got to be left like that. And also, what would happen now if we put this in the drill? It would go in, but it would seize, because it would try and cut too well, because these faces are the angle. See the angle of the flute in the web. It's like that, isn't it? And I want to turn it into a neutral angle, like that. So what I got to do is go from that to that. Now then, so therefore, if I put the drill on the face, I just have a look, and I can see. If I put it just like that, and then just come across like that, then I'll put a face on there, an extra cutting, change the cutting face. Very tricky. And if you look at that now, can you see that shining? See that shining? I hope you can. See that cutting face? I put a cutting face on there that has changed that now from what is on the flute to a neutral cutting face, which means it hasn't got any angle on it. So I'm sure I hope you'll understand. And then I take that, put the other one down there. And that's looking good. That's looking good. And I'll just have a look at that. That's good. See the base there? I'll turn that over. Can you see that one glinting? I hope you can. And I've just checked that that is sufficient. It's a little bit, I'm very tempted to leave that, because I tell you why, if you don't, there's a danger that you'll, that's okay, that's okay. I'm reasonably happy with that. So right, so there we are. So what we've done is, we've reduced the angle, we thinned the web at 120 degrees, then we reduced the included angle down to 90 degrees, because that's what the chamfer we want, and then we've taken off the rake angle of the drill and put it back at neutral. So the rake angle now, instead of being like that, is like this. It's like that, and that will stop the drill from diving in. So let's have a look if that works. We'll just put it, what I'll do, I'll just take you around to here. I don't have to edit this because I don't like editing. I'm lazy. So if we just go up to here, I'll put a bit of wood in here, and we'll see how it does drill in wood. Whether it'll drill, as I said, drill a blind hole, which means it doesn't go all the way through the wood. Will it drill all the way through the wood? And will it drill a chamfer? I think so. So let's just have a look. There's the chamfered hole to start. That's not bad, is it? Now then, just turn in the edge a little bit. Now then, let's drill a hole right through, shall we? See, it didn't bind or punch its way through. When you do that, it doesn't do that. Now then, what did we say? We drill a blind hole. That's a chamfered hole. We drill a blind hole, which means we go halfway through and stop. There's a blind hole. And let's go through at something like 30 or 45 degrees. Let's have a look there. See how easy to go through? They don't jump their way through, because when you ground the drill correctly, then you got full control. Look at the back. And that's it. A little bit torn out there, but that's understandable because it's close to the end. We try it on another piece of wood, eh? This is a different type of wood, so we might get a different response. It's thicker for a start. You got time on the camera, I hope, to do it. Let's go blind hole. There's a blind hole. Let's do a chamfer. If you're a chamfering, you had a chamfer spoon, you just want to put a chamfer. There's a chamfer. And let's go all the way through. Let's go through at an angle. I'm just having a look to see. Oh yes, we are in. I'm looking to see if we're in camera. So that just goes to show that if you ground the drill right, as I said, then you won't get no trouble with the drill jumping or blocking, or it drills a nice hole right through, and that's it. So there we are. So that's one thing you can ponder on. I have described how to thin the web on other videos, so you should know about that. And also that's showing how you can use that type of thing in practice. Okay. See you later. What I'll do, I'll put this on the YouTube with a bit of luck if it looks all right. And I got another couple more things to go on. So I'd like to welcome your comments on that. And I've got something else that will interest you, which I'll be putting on shortly. I've also got on the bench over there, there's two sickles, which some people like my comments on sickles. One of these, that's my sickle, and one that I just bought, I think it was from eBay a while ago, and it was in really bad condition, very bad condition. And I've renovated it and brought it up. Feels fantastic. So it's got a slightly different curve on it than mine. So I bought it because I see what the difference is. And that's it. So we'll leave that, and I'll catch you again. Okay, bye-bye.